Welcome to Sunday Night Sports News from August 17 to today, August 23rd, 2026. Let's get right to it. We will begin with NFL news plus some college football news, of course, including the top 25 AP rankings, which I'll react to that too. Plus, we have some NBA news and we have some Premier League update before the Fulham Chelsea game that will happen tomorrow. I do want to do a quick update about NFL's division, NFL predictions / preview videos. Those will resume hopefully this week because, yes, of course, we have college football as well. So expect those previews to resume probably this week, probably starting Monday. So we'll get to that. I think it will be the NFC North for that one. So tomorrow, expect the NFC North to launch on Monday night or Tuesday early morning. So let's get to it. So NFL news. So there's been a lot of things going on with the NFL and the college football, but there's some storylines we got to talk about. Vikings, who signed Jamal Adams as a linebacker, is out for the season, so that's a significant injury. He suffered a season-ending injury, which is a tough one for him. Saints rookie receiver, Jordan Tyson is out for 2 months with a hamstring injury. Now, he's been dealing with this, of course, through his college career, and for the Saints to not have him for their first game or for 2 months only, we're not going to see him until November. So we'll see him making his NFL debut on November. We'll see if that happens. But we should all pray for Jordan Tyson to be healthy. Colts have signed former Chargers wide receiver Keenan Allen to a 1-year deal. So he is going to be alongside Alec Pierce, Josh Downs, and he's going to have Daniel Jones as his quarterback. So I love that signing. Roger Goodell quoting, "No doubt the NFL will have teams outside the U.S." Now, I've been hearing, of course, in YouTube videos and Instagram. One of them was Mike Florio saying there's a potential of 40 NFL teams to come in. That it could, as I move my seat up, that could be one. You're expanding the NFL to Europe because obviously everyone has loved the NFL football, not just football, but the American football in London, in Germany, in Spain. This year they're going to do it in France, Mexico. So I would not be surprised if we get this happen, hopefully in the next 2-3 years or maybe 4 years, if this really comes true. But we'll see if this will come actually true. All right, Chargers center Tyler Bashful is out for the season. Remember, they brought him to a 3-year deal to be their starting center, and now he is out for the season with a torn ACL, and that is a gut loss. I think I said this in the preview that the worst case scenario is injuries on offensive line. They're not going to end up making it to the playoffs. But right now, listen, Joe Alt, Sean Slater, they're still healthy, by the way. They got to stay healthy because Justin Herbert needs protection. So we'll see if they go maybe into the free agent market, see if there's a center available, or they're going to go with some of those depth on that center positions. Giants signing Najee Harris to be, I would say, the backup for Cam Scatterable. So we're going to see that there. They also announced they have released Juju Smith-Schuster, so he is not going to be making to the team. Falcons added 3-time Pro Bowler Za'Darius Smith after course Jalen Walker's season comes to an end, and James Pierce is going into his suspension, 8-game suspension. So they're bringing in a veteran experienced Za'Darius Smith, who is coming out of retirement, by the way. All right, Seahawks are signing Trayvon Diggs to a one-year deal. Now they're also planning to sign Terrion Arnold, but it looks like he's in the commissioner's exempt list, so we don't know if either that's going to happen or not. So we'll see how that will go. Bucks are re-signing Vita Vea to a one-year, $30 million extension. He's been wanted a trade. He wants to be out of Tampa, but the Bucks give him $30 million for him to stay in Tampa. So we'll see if he either stays in Tampa or he does get traded but plays under that one-year deal this season. And then the biggest story that just happened 2 or 3 hours ago, Browns are waiving tight end Daquan Wright, who has now have a deal with LSU. Now, how that is going to work is if he is clear for waivers, expect him to go back to college football and sign with LSU, which will reunite, of course, with Lane Kiffin. This story has been ongoing, of course, the college thing and yada, yada, yada. I don't know if this is good for the sport, and I don't know. My thoughts is I'm still thinking about it. Right now, I'm just hearing this news, and this is a big one right there. Now let's get to college football. Before I talk about the AP preseason top 25, Thomas Castellanos, the former Florida State quarterback, is now going back to college to play with Texas Tech. Now, he is expected to be more of the backup QB for Will Hammond, who is going to be their starting quarterback this season. So, going in this, I believe this is his fifth team, I believe. But in fifth-year option, of course, which he will stay in college. And remember, he was undrafted, signed with the Dolphins, and Dolphins would thought he's a better version of a wide receiver. He is not a wide receiver. He is now going to college, going to be the backup quarterback in Texas Tech. Now let's go to AP preseason's top 25. So they were released on Monday at 12 p.m. on August 17. Here is my thoughts. Why is Ohio State number one? There's got to be a reason why. I mean, everyone, I think, would predict Oregon, Notre Dame to probably be number one, Ohio State number two, Georgia would be number three, and they did land at number three. Well, I'm surprised when I look at this AP. I mean, top five. I mean, Texas at 5. Do we all remember last year when they were number one? And everyone, it was so hyped with Texas, including me, by the way. They had a tough first half of the college football season until the second half of the season. Arch Manning was really playing well, but it wasn't enough to get to the college football playoffs. I don't know about 5, but it could signal that Texas is way talented. They got a talented team. This is going to be a win or now year for Steve Sarkisian in Austin. As well as you look at the Hoosiers at number 6. The defending champs are number 6. I'm surprised they're number 6. I thought they could have been maybe top 5. Miami at 7, Texas A&M at 8, Ole Miss at number 9. That is a big surprise. They put them at number 9. Sorry, as I move my mic a little down. If I'm talking too loud, I'm sorry. Oklahoma top 10. And guess who's outside of the top 10? Alabama, which they're at number 13. LSU at number 11. Texas Tech at number 12. And then BYU and USC are both tied at 14. The rest, Michigan at 16. I'm excited to see what Kyle Whittingham is going to do in Michigan in his first year. Washington, again, this is about DeMar Williams coming back to Washington, and I think Washington is going to be a dangerous team this year. Penn State, we know Matt Campbell's in charge, so everybody's so excited about that new look Penn State team. SMU at 19, Tennessee at 20, 21 Utah, 22 Iowa, 23 Houston, 24 Louisville, 25 Missouri. I think it's a good AP. The only thing I would say is, yes, I know the Buckeyes are way talent. They got Julian Saban back. Bo Jackson's still there. Jeremiah Smith is back, yes, again. Their defense is going to be even better than they were last season. And they got an experienced offensive coordinator in Arthur Smith, who's coming from the NFL and now looking to bring that NFL experience to the college level. So I'm excited again. Again, this is preseason. Season hasn't started yet, but we're expecting some highs this year. All right, we have some quarterback names. They're starters. So UNC announced that Billy Edwards has been named as the starting quarterback for the Tar Heels. So he will be the starting quarterback against TCU, in which they will be playing them this week on Saturday at 12 p.m. in Dublin, Ireland. Stanford also announced their starting quarterback, and it is Davis Warren, the former Michigan quarterback, is going to be the starting quarterback for Stanford. And then we've been waiting for this one for so long. Alabama has announced their starting quarterback 2 days ago. Keelan Russell, the 5-star recruiter, has won the job. The fan favorite has now won this job. Surprise? Yes. One, because he's a 5-star recruiter, and he's a really good he's a mobile quarterback. He's a good arm. Two, I thought they could have gone with Austin Mack. Again, he's an experienced quarterback too. He's been behind Jalen Milroe. He's been behind Ty Simpson. So this is a risky decision under Coach Kalen DeBoer to go to a 5-star recruiter in his first game against East Carolina over Austin Mack. I want to see this more, but we'll see how it goes in Keelan Russell as the new Alabama starting quarterback. All right, to the NBA quickly. In the NBA, the Denver Nuggets, after losing Peyton Watson, who got traded and signed with the Cavs, and plus the Cavaliers re-signed James Harden. Denver bringing in 6-time All-Star DeMar DeRozan, the former Bulls forward or former guard, is now going to be with Nikola Jokic and Murray in Denver. And then Klay Thompson is expecting to sign with the Miami Heat after being waived with the Mavericks. Let me tell you, buyout with the Mavericks, and then he goes to Miami. Let me tell you, Giannis, Bam, Klay Thompson. I'm trying to find out who else is in that team. Noah Powell. They just got the big three. Giannis, Bam, and Klay. Oh my, Miami's going to look like it. They're trying to make noise as they could be the favorites to win the East. But maybe not. It'll probably be the Knicks or the Celtics. All right, let's go to Premier League update. Currently from what happened on Friday, yesterday, and today. Arsenal defeated Coventry 3-0, which was a great way to start for the champions. The biggest story happened yesterday. Congratulations to Hull City, and for Manchester United fans, you got mauled by the Tigers. This is a shocker. I did not saw this coming because Hull City came in this season, could be favorites to get relegated at 20th spot. All of a sudden, they made some noise, and they defeated Manchester United 2-0. A club that is having expectations a lot higher with Champions League football in their sights. Michael Carrick is now a promoted coach, so happy for him. And they address a lot of transfer moves at midfield the most. So this was a surprise. Hull City now, they got to carry this momentum, but it ain't going to be easy if they're going to win some games. But another thing, the PA announcer there announced that all trains to Manchester were canceled, and the fans cheered, and of course the fans had to mold there's the clause to Manchester United saying, "Hey, you got mold by our Tigers." Oh. So, by the way, sorry, my mic was off, but Tigers maul the Red Devils. Other ones, Everton defeated Crystal Palace 2-0. This one, I had predicted Crystal Palace to defeat Everton because this was one of my big, bold predictions, but no, it didn't. It didn't happen. Everton wins. Another big surprise, Ipswich defends home turf as they defeat Sunderland 2-1. Leeds defeat Nottingham Forest 1-0. Brentford trashed or cruised their way against a Spurs team that also, just like Manchester United, addressed a lot of needs in the summer transfer, and they lose heavily 3-0. Villa had the worst loss today. This match they won a 4-0 loss to Brighton. Plus, they had 10 men on the field, so that was a tough one for them. The Enzo Maresca era in Manchester City began with a huge win from down 1-0 at halftime to scoring 2 goals to defeat Bournemouth and end an 18-game unbeaten streak. So that was huge for Man City. What a game. In St. James's Park, the game of the week, where two teams with new coaching, with a new coach, and a potential rivalry circle themselves in the way of a 2-2 draw. What a win. What a win for maybe probably Liverpool. I mean, they were down 2-1, and by the time 95th minute hits, all of a sudden a penalty was being awarded, and Szoboszlai hits it, and the game was over with a 2-2 draw. What a massive point for Aaron Iraola for Liverpool. And as for Newcastle, this one was a heartbreaker. This could have been the game they could have won in their hands, but it slipped off of their hands, and they get a point at least. And again, Fulham and Chelsea will play tomorrow, so keep an eye on that game. That will be on 3 p.m. Eastern on USA Network. And that's it for Sunday Night Sports News. If you haven't seen my other videos, go check them out on the channel. Of course, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for more sports news.